The world of crime often feels like a game of chess. Each move is calculated, each decision weighed with the utmost precision. Just like in chess, the stakes are high, and the consequences of a single misstep can be dire. The players in this game are constantly trying to outmaneuver each other, anticipating their opponent's next move and planning several steps ahead. It's a battle of intellect, strategy, and sometimes sheer audacity. On one side, you have law enforcement, armed with resources and training. These are the individuals who have dedicated their lives to upholding the law, using every tool at their disposal to maintain order and protect the public. They rely on advanced technology, forensic science, and years of experience to track down those who break the law. Their mission is clear: to bring criminals to justice and ensure the safety of the community. On the other side are the criminals, driven by motives both complex and simple. Some are motivated by greed, others by desperation, and still others by a desire for power or revenge. These individuals often operate in the shadows, using cunning and deception to achieve their goals. They are constantly adapting, finding new ways to evade capture and outsmart the authorities. Their actions can be unpredictable, making them formidable opponents in this ongoing battle. And sometimes, in this high-stakes game, it's the criminal who makes the unexpected move, outsmarting the police and capturing the public's imagination. These moments of brilliance, where a criminal manages to slip through the fingers of law enforcement, are the stuff of legends. They become stories that are told and retold, each time with a sense of awe and disbelief. How did they do it? What was their secret? These questions linger, adding to the mystique of the criminal mastermind. These aren't just stories of getting away with it. They are tales of ingenuity, where the human mind is pushed to its limits in the pursuit of freedom or gain. They are stories that challenge our perceptions of right and wrong, making us question the very nature of justice. In these narratives, the line between hero and villain can become blurred, as we find ourselves admiring the cleverness and daring of those who operate outside the law. They're glimpses into the minds of individuals who use cunning and calculation to stay one step ahead. These are people who see the world differently, who can spot opportunities where others see obstacles. They are masters of disguise, experts in manipulation, and often brilliant strategists. Their ability to think several moves ahead, to anticipate the actions of their pursuers, is what sets them apart. It's a mental game, one that requires constant vigilance and adaptability. From elaborate heists to baffling disappearances, the cases we'll explore reveal the challenges police face when confronted with exceptional criminal minds. These are not your average crimes. They are meticulously planned and executed with precision. The criminals behind these acts are often highly skilled, using their knowledge and expertise to pull off feats that seem impossible. For law enforcement, these cases are a test of their abilities, pushing them to innovate and think outside the box. These stories remind us that the pursuit of justice is rarely straightforward. It's a complex and often frustrating process, filled with setbacks and challenges. For every step forward, there can be 2 steps back. But it's this very complexity that makes the pursuit so compelling. It's a reminder that in the real world, unlike in the movies, there are no easy answers. The path to justice is fraught with difficulties, requiring perseverance, dedication, and sometimes, a bit of luck. They highlight the constant need for adaptation and innovation within law enforcement to keep pace with those who operate outside the law. As criminals develop new methods and techniques, so too must the police evolve. This ongoing game of cat and mouse drives advancements in technology and strategy, pushing both sides to new heights. It's a never-ending cycle of action and reaction, where staying ahead of the curve is crucial for success. But perhaps most importantly, these tales of outsmarting the cops tap into a universal fascination with the unpredictable. We are drawn to stories of cleverness and daring, of individuals who defy the odds and achieve the seemingly impossible. These narratives resonate with us because they speak to a fundamental aspect of the human spirit, the desire to overcome challenges and push boundaries. They remind us that, no matter the circumstances, there is always room for ingenuity and creativity. They remind us that truth can be stranger than fiction, and that even in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds, the human capacity for ingenuity and daring can never be underestimated. These stories are a testament to the power of the human mind, to the endless possibilities that arise when we dare to think differently. They inspire us to look beyond the obvious, to question the status quo, and to believe in the extraordinary potential within each of us. August 8, 1963, the dead of night. The air was thick with anticipation, and the countryside lay in a deep slumber, unaware of the events about to unfold. A Royal Mail train hurtles through the English countryside. This train, carrying not just letters and parcels but a fortune in cash, was on its routine journey from Glasgow to London. On board, a fortune in cash. The train was transporting over £2.6 million, a staggering sum that would be worth tens of millions today. What followed was a meticulously planned heist that would become legendary. The Great Train Robbery. This wasn't just any robbery, it was a masterclass in evasion and precision. A gang of 15 men led by Bruce Reynolds pulled off the seemingly impossible. Reynolds, a charismatic and cunning mastermind, orchestrated every detail with military precision. They tampered with railway signals, stopping the train at a remote location. This was no spur-of-the-moment decision. It was a carefully calculated move to ensure the train would halt exactly where they wanted. Overpowering the crew, they made off with over £2.6 million, a staggering sum at the time. The crew, though caught off guard, were unharmed, a testament to the gang's focus on the loot rather than violence. But it wasn't just the audacity of the robbery that shocked the nation. It was the gang's meticulous planning and their ability to vanish into thin air. They had thought of everything, from the heist itself to their escape plan. They had a hideout prepared, a farmhouse miles away. This farmhouse, Leatherslade Farm, was their sanctuary, chosen for its seclusion and the cover it provided. They used walkie-talkies to communicate, unheard of technology for criminals at the time. This allowed them to stay one step ahead of the authorities, coordinating their movements with precision. Despite a massive manhunt, the robbers seemed to have vanished. The police, armed with maps and aerial surveillance, scoured the countryside but found no trace of the gang. The police were left baffled, their investigation hampered by the gang's meticulous planning and careful execution. Every clue seemed to lead to a dead end, and the robbers' trail went cold, leaving the nation in awe of their audacity and skill. November 24, 1971. It was a day that would go down in history, not for a grand event or a monumental discovery, but for a crime so audacious and mysterious that it continues to baffle experts and enthusiasts alike. Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 305, a Boeing 727, is soaring across the Pacific Northwest. The flight, which was supposed to be a routine trip from Portland to Seattle, would soon become the stage for one of the most infamous hijackings in aviation history. Aboard is a man who identifies himself as Dan Cooper, a name that would soon be etched in criminal lore. He was an unassuming passenger, dressed in a business suit, carrying a black briefcase, and wearing dark sunglasses. Little did the crew and passengers know, this man was about to execute a plan that would leave an indelible mark on history. D.B. Cooper, as he became known, hijacked the plane with a chilling calmness. He handed a note to a flight attendant, indicating he had a bomb. The note was just the beginning of a series of calculated moves that would keep the authorities on their toes. His weapon, a bomb in his briefcase. The threat was real, and the fear palpable. Cooper's demeanor, however, remained composed and methodical, a stark contrast to the chaos he was orchestrating. His demand, $200,000 and 4 parachutes. The specificity of his request suggested a well-thought-out plan. The authorities, faced with the potential loss of innocent lives, had no choice but to comply. The authorities complied, and Cooper instructed the pilots to fly towards Mexico. The flight path was carefully chosen, and the pilots were given explicit instructions to maintain a low altitude and slow speed, conditions that would facilitate a mid-air jump. Then, in a daring move that has puzzled investigators for decades, Cooper jumped out of the back of the plane with the ransom money, disappearing into the night sky and into legend. The jump was perilous, made in the dark, over a rugged and densely forested area, with inclement weather adding to the danger. Despite an extensive search, no conclusive trace of Cooper was ever found. The money, never recovered. The search spanned months and covered vast areas of wilderness, but it yielded little more than speculation and dead ends. The case remains the only unsolved air piracy in American history, a testament to Cooper's audacious plan and his ability to outwit authorities. Over the years, numerous theories have emerged, ranging from Cooper's survival and escape to his demise in the wilderness. Yet, the true fate of D.B. Cooper remains one of the greatest mysteries of the 20th century, a story that continues to captivate and intrigue. March 18, 1990, the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum in Boston. Two thieves, disguised as police officers, pull off one of the most audacious art heists in history. The thieves, exploiting a weakness in the museum's security system, gained entry by posing as responding officers to a reported disturbance. They overpowered the guards and spent the next 81 minutes looting the museum's treasures. 13 works of art, including masterpieces by Rembrandt, Vermeer, and Degas, vanished that night, their estimated value exceeding $500 million. Despite a global investigation spanning decades, the artwork remains missing, and the perpetrators unidentified. The Gardner heist stands as a stark reminder of the vulnerability of even seemingly secure institutions to cunning and careful planning. It underscores the challenges faced by law enforcement in pursuing art thieves who operate with precision and a keen understanding of security loopholes.